Hey there, folks. It's me, Chris, with the Gigman's Life. Yeah, baby. Oh, baby, yeah. I just love that. Intro just pumps me up, gets me ready to get going on my day and do these videos. And yes, I know it says Tuesday and Thursday exclusive for YouTube. That is going to change to Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Happy days. Okay, I'm not going to go any further to get a copyright strike on that shit. But, as I was looking up something, because I'm having a question, as this is what the video's title is can DoorDash Girl use lack of training as a defense? Most likely not, but it does bring up a question of all these people like myself, but I am not a person who's posting about it. But now I'm going down another rabbit hole because this is definitely showing about lack of freaking training. A person delivering DoorDash deciding to pepper spray the order. That is, adding a little extra spice to the order is not one of the good ideas. It actually is a criminal offense in most areas to go and tamper with people's food. And, especially right here, I got my pepper spray and I'm going to go get a little extra spice in there. And this is where now I'm saying, with the lack of training, a lack of any coherent source of education of how to go and do your job. Because when somebody says, oh, how hard is it to go and follow the instructions of delivering it at the door? Well, when people are getting irritated and everything else, and they decide that they're going to go and, commit crimes like that, that is a big issue. And then we have people, I tried DoorDash, earned by time, and trying to tell everybody how to do these hustles. There's an issue that DoorDash, like this guy, that a lot of people aren't seeing is that they might start coming after people on these platforms talking about the gig life, and especially with them slapping DoorDash onto the video and, how to DoorDash for beginners, It might be a great video presentation. I'm not about to go through it. I don't have the time. I got to get out my hustle. And, it's just, and then we got the people talking about DoorDash Girl. And then DoorDash having an official channel. Because this is the things that they go and put out so that they can go and say, oh, we provide training materials, but you don't go and have any testing unless you're delivering alcohol. That's the real question here. Can she go and really be blamed for what she did? Because I will say something about the rideshare industry. At times they do go and make sure that there is some subsequent training or policy updates that they try to go and make sure that we know, but then those updates aren't all informed. Like I see it a lot with rideshare and people driving around with LED displays that are not in approved colors by the state, because there are approved colors. Although there's also a lot of police not enforcing those laws, because I'm pretty much sure they just either are just not caring, because they, police tend not to really want to bother people that are trying to make a buck, unless they can make a lot more money with that ticket, and then they will go and fuck with us. And, when you got lawyers up here, and, and it's like, because I like Bruce Rivers, criminal lawyer out of California. He has some very good takes, especially the fact that he loves the fact of telling people not to self-snitch. I've talked to other criminal lawyers in my area, and when I told them about Bruce Rivers and his, stop the self-snitching, the one that I talked to was talking about how a lot of people like to try to act gangster on Facebook and Instagram, and then they don't realize when they friend a cop that all of a sudden now, or they friend a PO, parole officer, or even worse, that they're friending their probation officer, that they get a surprise when, hey, you're not supposed to be around drugs, you're not supposed to be around weapons, and definitely not around other felons. So, that's just those things that you don't do. And I love them for, stating about just don't whip out your phone for everything. But, it is a question, because I will tell you that Rideshare made a policy within the last year about not sharing videos on social media. And it's just a brief policy that you just read. And, I definitely know that when they go and do those policies, they don't go and make it clear. They don't go and do any updates. They don't go and make any videos or training exercises to ensure people know about these policies. They just go and shrug it off and say, hey, they're contractors. So, I'm really just wondering whether or not they can go and use it as a criminal defense, especially for the fact of, we're told, take pictures, record incidences if you can. But, is there anything that clearly states or shows that she knew not to go and post it on TikTok? Especially with how many people, because I can go to the end, that they're, all these things, do this right now. All these people getting on there, talking about the gig app life, Uber Eats, and everything else. And you have to really wonder, especially they're on DoorDash Girl, because it's discussed, what the hell? Clay County family says DoorDash driver mishandled food, call for changes or charges, maybe changes. But, I've done $300. Yes, it is possible to do that. But, it's all these people that are out here. And yes, this is definitely one of those moments where, I have my cameras as well. But also on these platforms, they don't go and tell us the times of people making complaints. That we can go and actually pull up the videos. They expect us to go and dump all the video, which means that they want to go and violate everybody's privacy that's been in that car. That's a whole different matter. $300, but this is what I'm saying, is that there's a lot of people that are going out there talking about the life, everything else. And, there's some things like this and everything else that really, puppets. It's really a question of truly, without training, without quantifying the training, and allowing everybody on these platforms, is it expected that she was going like this and saying, hey, at some given time, am I working to do this or I'm working to do that? Was it quantified that she was not to go and post any of these to make sure that she know about it? And I can go and get a lot of people to go and check on very easily, especially if you leave comments below. What training did you get actually from DoorDash or Uber Eats, Uber, Lyft, any of these gig apps? Roadie, I can tell you the only training I've seen out of that is the fun one about medications and delivering medications. As I say in other videos, that's the only two things that they like to go and train us really about is delivering alcohol or delivering medications. So, with that issue said and done, and yes, I will change it to Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Happy days. Got to work that in again. But, that's how everything is. And just remember, we're all out here to go and do the hustle, make some money, and have a great time doing it. So, and yes, folks, thank you for watching the video. I want to go and show my appreciation for all that take the time to go and watch till this part, because this is the end. And yes, as you can see, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm here on Rumble, and Tuesdays and Thursdays, I am on YouTube. And yes, remember, we're all a part of the hustle. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're the 40-hour-a-week schlub to the guy who comes by to go and clean your gutters, we're all out here to go and make cash. We're all out here to go and hope that everything's working great. As I can go and show you, yes, I use a Stream Deck to go and produce this a lot more efficiently. And yes, it's great to use. They do not sponsor this. I'm just showing my appreciation for a company like Elgato to go and produce equipment like this. So you guys have a great day, and thank you very much for watching.